I'm gonna get some music. I'm gonna just
Move.
I'm gonna just mute
Move.
y'all. Ooh.
What you
I'm gonna just
on?
mute y'all. Ooh. I'm gonna just mute
Damn.
y'all. Cheers. Oh, that looked like Kool-Aid. Hey, Kool-Aid. Oh
Mhm.
yeah. There we go. There we go. Yes, yes. So welcome, and welcome to Gentlemen After Dark, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. As always, we like to start the show off with a little bit of music. It's my guy, Big Bub. Y'all remember him? Probably don't. Some of y'all babies up in here. But it's a little bit Big Bub. Call Me is the name of the song. I do not. I do not own the rights to this here music, but we are playing it because we enjoy good music. Grab yourself a drink, you guys. If you got one, you need one. If not, we do got Christians up in here. Get you some water. Um, we got a whole deacon. Get you some water.
I thought Christians
Uh,
drink too.
you got Christians? Yeah, they drink that holy wine. They drink that holy wine. Memphis is in the building already, y'all. PK, I see you. Good evening to you. Thank you for being here. PK says, hey, family. My brother is here. V-Rod, busy. You got off of the game, man. You took a minute from the zombies. He says, good evening, peeps. Thank you for being here, man. We got about 9 viewers thus far. Okay, here we go. Melanie, she's back, y'all. Melanie is back. She's consistent. Welcome back to the neighborhood, Melanie. Thank you for being here. Auntie Lolo's in the building. Yep. Mm-hmm. Desmond's in the building. What up with you, man? Thank God the summer is here or getting here. What is it, spring? I don't have to worry about wearing no beanie caps, but thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Memphis is in the building. Tamara, what up with you, girl? I see you. Or shall I say flavor flames candles. If you ain't got you none yet, y'all, see Tamara for some candles, some fresh scents for the house. That grown man, that's the business. Thank you, Tamara. I appreciate you. Keith is in the building. He says, Grady in Memphis. What up, Grady? I see you, man. Thank you for tapping in. Memphis always represents, and I appreciate y'all. Deidre's in the building, y'all. Host ladies, can I can I get a check and not no bills delivered? Is that possible? Thank you for being here, friend. I miss you. Christopher Gordon, Unc is in the building. Unc is in the building. It's amazing how I can remember who everybody is. Ain't met half of them, but we know who they are. PK says, hit that like button. Miss Day. She got her mouth full right now. Here we go. Soul Body Mind Detox is in the building. Dana! Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. It's my guy, Damon DJ Jackson. He said, here, present. Good evening, my peeps. For my truckers out there on the road, I'm going to give you one. How about that? Mm-hmm.
Oh, we don't own the rights to the music.
Yeah, I did say that at the
Oh,
beginning.
I'm
You want
sorry,
me
I
to say it
didn't hear
again?
it. Yeah, just in case, because my attorney be on it,
I do not own the rights to this here music. Big Bub is in the building. I don't own the rights to it. I didn't sing it. I didn't make it. We just playing it. Yeah, that part right there.
As your
Anywho.
legal counsel. See,
There it is.
I knew he was gonna do it.
There it is. DJ McKay and my best friend Bear.
Shucks.
Well, this song is actually coming to an end. I like that song. Big Bub. If y'all forgot who he is, he was in a group called Today. That song that was him, me. Do you want him? Me. I'm sorry for the youngsters at the top. To my right, they might not
know
remember
that song.
Hey man, we get
they might not remember that song, but anywho, Without further ado, you guys, welcome to Gentlemen After Dark. Again, that place where grown folks can talk without judgment. Let me get started by introducing our panel. We are here. Whew, we got one, two, three. The ladies, we're going to put the ladies on top today. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and introduce. She's probably in the car with Mello in the dark spot. I don't know where she at, but she is here. She just chimed in. There she goes. Miss Talina's in the building, y'all.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
Miss Selena, where's Snoop
Hey,
at?
Steve.
Put the camera on
He's got on the
him.
Shut
Hey, Trav.
up.
We see you whipping.
right. Hold on. Whew. Lolo's in the building, y'all. We moving over from Talina to the my right, probably your left, or maybe your right. I don't know.
Hola,
Lolo's
hola.
in the
What it
building.
do,
She's
people?
somebody's
Oh
auntie.
yeah.
Coming on down to the to the side. She's here early, y'all, and she ain't black screened. It is Miss Day.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna skip this young lady. I'm gonna come back to her because she deserves our undivided attention, in my opinion.
For
Ooh,
sure.
for sure. So I'm gonna go down right next to me in the middle box. He is the CEO of ChristianDingaling.org. My dude, Devin.
Oh yeah.
Never
I
even
am a
know.
proud member.
Proud
Yeah,
member. Nah.
we gotta.
And good evening. Good evening.
And good evening. And then we have the best dressed trucker out there. At least he claims to be. I don't know. I know a few
Let me
truckers,
see.
but it is our very own Doughboy.
Oh yeah.
Let me out, Doe. Let me out.
Yo, don't let me
And
out.
and now going back to the top, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce her. She is a special guest of ours today. I'm not gonna tell you a whole lot about her because I want to have fun tonight, as I always do, but it's going to be interesting. But tonight we are going to address her as Dr. Sunshine.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Sunshine. Oh, yeah.
Dr.
Welcome,
Sunshine.
Welcome.
welcome.
Not to be confused with Dr. Green Thumb, okay? Let me just say that for the record. Sean Berry, I see you. Candace, I see you. Thank you for being here. Ferdina's in the building, y'all. So we have about 25 viewers, maybe 24. They coming and they going. To get us started, y'all, I have to go back in time just a smidget, just to get Dr. Sunshine all involved in this, because I just like to have fun and see what she thinks. So I'm going to start our conversation like the great debate. Y'all like that, right? I know I do. Yeah, boy.
Uh,
Look,
We love
right.
it. We love it.
Dr. Sunshine, I just got a question for you fast. Here we go. Oops, it ain't.
I'm gonna say,
No.
because I mean,
Sugar.
I'm standing on.
Don't go
Okay.
on grits. Fact or fiction? Let's see what she say.
Sugar fiction.
Fiction.
Yay.
Oh, let's go.
Oh
I'm with
yeah.
the sugar
Yes.
on my grits.
Put some
Yes.
sugar on them grits.
Yes,
Let's
Dr.
go.
Sunshine.
Oh, she said sugar?
Yes, she did.
Boo! We boo you!
Yay.
Yes.
We
You know
boo
what?
you!
Devin is
I
sitting there
like
quiet. What'd you
sugar.
say, Devin? No sugar on the grits? Did you say?
Doctor, my wrist hurt. What I'm supposed to do about it?
We better check her credentials. We
Look,
better
look.
check her credentials.
Watch my next move be my best move. Let me go on and
Oh,
put him up here
God.
like this. Bam. Okay, there we go. We're
Oh.
gonna put her.
Move me down too.
Gonna pull down, but
Yeah,
yeah.
move her down. She likes
Move
sugar
me
You
on her
gotta
down.
grits.
put her in the middle.
Okay,
Put
well
her in
then
the
let's do
middle.
like this. We put all the no grits people down here, and
Oh.
no sugar
Yeah.
people. There you go. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't.
Mhm.
Give me salt, pepper, cheese, and a little butter.
Butter.
Okay.
Butter. Want some butter.
Oh
Dude.
man, that's what's up. So before we get to Dr. Sunshine, because I got to set y'all up all the way up and then go kaboom, right? I'm ready to have the great debate early in this session.
All right.
And the way that it is right now, that's what the teams are going to be. No Snoopy Cliff Mello. For the sake of fun and fairness, I'm going to maintain silence. That gives us 3-3. 2 ladies and a guy, 2 ladies and a guy, and I'll just spectate.
Oh,
Everybody good
Lord.
with that? All
Let's
right.
go with it.
So
What?
the
No.
the top row is arguing for the statement. You guys are arguing for the statement. The bottom row, you are against it. All is fair in love and war. Here we go. It is time. Whoops, not that one. For the great debate. Da-da-na-na-na. So, let me read it. Men don't care about a woman's problem. They just want to get to the solution so that they can get back to a peaceful life. Ooh.
We are what again now? What's our?
Yeah,
We are
You
forward
are
up at the
4.
top.
Top row is 4. You guys are 4.
We agree with that statement.
Yes, ma'am.
Those statements.
Hey,
That
y'all.
sentence, that phrase, that paragraph, whatever you want to call it. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I honestly agree. I'll kick it off because it doesn't matter what the problem is as long as we can get to the solution and move on with life. Because who cares about the problem? You know, I don't.
Mm.
I can
Oh,
agree. I think women like
yeah.
to talk, so we want to talk about it. Let's examine it. Let's re-examine it as we talk about it. And usually, guys are like, "Oh my gosh, okay, yes or no,"
Oh,
or they
yeah.
would jump to the solution. Not all guys, but I think most guys.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
It's funny. I recently had a talk with my niece's godmother, and her generation is probably my grandmother's age. And she was telling me that the women were raised like to to sugarcoat or give a whole backstory to things before they got to the point of things. It's because one day I was asking her something and she couldn't get to the point, and it was irritating the heck out of me. I guess that's how you guys feel. So in line with that and how she told me, like, maybe some of it's generational and some of it is we just like to talk. Um, I guess I have to concur with those sentences that women
You know what? Don't come for
talk
me.
and talk and talk and talk, and men just want to.
Don't come for me. Okay. Okay. The affirmatives have all spoken freely, and they all sound like they're in agreement. Even the audience, I'm looking at it. It started off with, yep, 100. There's always that one. I agree, but
But
communication is everything. See, I had to get my point in, but I'm sorry.
what the problem was again?
Everyone should be solution focused. I can't stand talking in circles. And Shalonda says, right. I got you, Shalonda. Thank you for being here. All right. So for those that are against it, men don't care about a woman's problem. They just want to get to the solution so that they can get back to a peaceful life.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree because I do believe that there are men that absolutely care about the problem because it is a problem because, she's unhappy or there's something that's happening that's causing, a rift in the relationship or in the environment, in the household, in the home. So I believe he does care. And in order to get to the solution, he needs to have an understanding of what that problem is so that they can come to an amicable solution, or at least one that he believes will bring peace back into the house. And sometimes that might mean a sacrifice on his end. So I don't agree with that. I think he does care. Absolutely. Especially if he loves her.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Stay.
The fight back is coming.
Okay. I agree with Miss Talina. I do think that men care about the problem because they are such good listeners. And
Are you
I was like, she
okay,
didn't believe
Dr.
her own
Sunshine?
statement. She didn't believe her own statement.
Tongue in cheek.
Are you okay, Dr. Sunshine?
and I
Because she don't even agree with what she
and
said.
I do and I do believe that they care about what the woman is thinking. They don't want her to stress on it by themselves, and so they want to hear the full details of what is going on with her. And then they can come because of communication. They can agree. I can't do this. Next.
You want mine?
Next.
Next person. Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Yes. And I disagree because if we really don't care, we're not gonna touch it. We're not gonna put no effort into it. We just like, I don't care, just whatever you want to do. But if we care, we gonna that's when we gonna get involved and take part of whatever's going on. So we have to listen and find out what's going on so we can say, hey, okay, so because we're analytical like that, you see. So yeah, y'all don't know what y'all talking about, but go ahead.
Duncan Hines just jumped in and said, "That's cap.
That's
That's
cap.
cap."
What's cap? What's cap? What's cap? Who? Us or them? Because we winning down here. We're foundation.
Well, let me jump in and say we don't mind
We
listening.
winning.
Listening is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's when it's a problem. It's how a woman communicates the problem and it makes it an issue. As long as the problem is not an issue, and that's two different terms. If you look it up by Webster's definition, a problem and an issue are not the same thing, right? So we don't mind listening. We just don't care about the problem if we can't come to a solution and this problem is hindering us from moving forward. We don't care about the problem. Let's just fix it.
Well, according to fucking Wagnalls, nah, go
Wagner.
ahead. I got a message for a little bit, but just a little bit. Fucking Wagnalls. Webster's wasn't the only one that made a dictionary, but battle of the lexicographers.
I just wanted to get another point so we could win.
Ooh.
Well, we still even, so let's do it.
Shalonda just chimes in and says, y'all listen, but y'all all don't care. Maybe 5% do.
Where's that
I
number
agree.
coming from?
I
Where does
agree.
that number come from? What study? I'm feeling like that now. So what study, like, was it in the, like, what magazine, book, journal?
You need
That
to
it
stop. You need to
5%.
stop. You know Shalonda making up the percentages. Stop that.
Okay, I'm gonna say, who's that you on now? We trying to
Daryl
win.
Watson, what up with you, man? Daryl says, women want to communicate until you are communicating about their bad behavior.
That's not what
That
this
is another topic, sir.
It is, but I agree.
Oh yeah, Daryl, you a troublemaker.
See, we trying to build though. We trying to build right now. I don't know. Okay, we can get to that next episode.
2 Time says, or Jay Jackson says, 2 Time care.
Yeah.
Don't nobody else care.
Shooby do. So, do men really care or do they don't? Do they do or do they don't? That's
I
an
think they
interesting.
care if they're in tune with their partner. It depends on how in tune they are with their partner's needs. I think somebody said it, Melanie, if I'm not mistaken, she said it.
Yeah, I'm going back to that. She did say that right here. Men care when they understand their woman's needs.
Okay, Karen ain't gonna fix the problem, right? The dishwasher's broke. I care, but the dishwasher's still broke. Fuck all that. Forget all that caring. Okay, let's just get the dishwasher fixed. Doesn't mean we don't care about the woman and her feelings about the dishwasher being broke. We don't care about the problem. Let's just find a solution so we can get the dishes clean. That's all.
I got one. Run some dishwater.
Yeah, because you put you some Dawn, little cap full of bleach with that hot water. What dishwasher? Whoever got their hands in the water. So what we doing? Come on now, let's do it. Come on, let go.
But
Let
why
go.
is the I don't know. I think that that example, I guess, is that's more of our problem if we live in the same house.
Okay, you call me and say, "Hey, babe, I got a flat on the car." I don't want to hear why you hit the curb, you ran over nail, you went through a construction zone with cones all around, and you got a flat. Don't care. Let me call the tow truck and get your tire fixed because I'm not there to do it. So
Well,
I don't care about the problem. Let me find a solution so you can continue on your day and we can continue to have peace in in our whatever you want to call it, relationship, in our realm,
my
you
brother.
know.
Now you know good well. If your old lady call you right now and say, "Hey man, you know what? I had a blowout." How you do that? I ran over the curb. How you run over the curb? You care?
Me? No, I
Yes.
don't.
Okay. All right.
Well, because I've
I
had this
digress.
personally. I've had this. Ask Miss what you call her? Cupcake, not cupcakes. Duncan
Duncan
Hines.
Hines.
Hmm.
She's called me with a flat. It don't matter what we got to do to get it fixed. I don't care why you got a flat, because it's flat.
So
Knowing
if
why you got a flat ain't gonna change the fact that you got a flat.
you
It's
want to
not
know
like
after
if you
the fact,
magically tell me it's gonna put air in the tire. I don't care.
after
It
the
don't
fact,
matter. Just
when
fix
you
it.
fixed when you fix the flat, then you gonna say, how did you run over the curb
Well,
according to your
inquiring wallets want to know because that tire cost me about $300. Yeah,
just
you know.
oh, so you do care even after the fact, even
I don't
after
care
you
about
fix
the
the situation.
problem because no, at this point in time, I've already found a peaceful
Right.
solution and got it
I
fixed.
got
So no, I don't care about the problem. But after it's fixed, we could have a conversation about what did happen. By the way, you know.
you still care.
No, okay.
You care. You
No,
want
this
to
is a
know what?
debate. I don't give a. I don't care.
I want to know it. I'm trying to win, bro. You know what's up. You trying to win. I'm trying to win. All right.
Mac Wells is in the building. Mac Wells says, "Why would a woman be with a man that doesn't care?"
Are we not reading the question?
I think sometimes it's not that they don't care. I think they don't care about the same issues we care about. They don't put energy into what we put energy in. So they don't focus on what we focus on. So we will be with somebody who cares about us as a person. But I think the things that we're concerned about don't concern them at times. Like example, we have a party to go to together and I can't find anything to wear and I'm stressing about it. He really don't care that I can't find anything to wear. Help him find something to wear so we can go. So I think that's a good example of just an issue that maybe he doesn't care about, but he just to address his question, I think we'd be with a man who cares about us, but probably just not the same focus.
That was perfect.
Miss
Okay.
Day, where y'all at?
Oh,
Come on
that's
now.
good. What Melanie said.
I need some help.
Okay, so I don't know. Let's see what the audience has to say. Neighborhood, neighborhood, oh neighborhood, don't you go away, Miss Day. Don't you go away,
Uh-oh.
Miss
You done
Day.
lost Miss Day.
She finding
Neighborhood,
her way to our side of
Miss
there.
Day,
You see?
what you
right.
doing falling?
Oh, neighborhood. Who do you think is winning this debate today? Will it be for the affirmative, or will it be? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't even gotta. Yeah, there we go. Or will it be for the against? Please cast your votes. Let's see what the audience has to say. The top row or the bottom? The affirmative or against? I see an affirmative. That's one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The affirmative was flip flopping. Really, PK?
PK, no,
No, it
no,
was the
no.
I
bottom
I
person
was
row.
standing on business on that. I ain't
Stand
flopping
on
there a
10
time.
Sitting
toes.
down.
Standing on.
We sitting down right
Yeah.
now. We all sitting down.
I'm on my tippy toes. Even though I'm sitting down, I'm still on my tippy toes.
10 toes
PK, I'm
down.
shocked.
Let's go. Anybody else? I see two votes for the affirmative. Don't tell me y'all gonna sweep it with two votes. Really?
That's all it takes.
That's all
The
it
rest
takes?
of them are like, it's understood. Like,
Wow.
Like,
Right.
duh.
Right.
Yolanda and Melody, you are on
Affirm,
my list.
affirm. There it is.
Preposterous. Okay.
Oh my
Damon, you
goodness.
too. We
Oh
got
my
hell
goodness.
in, Damon. What? Oh,
PK says
crazy.
against. I know that's a partial vote right there, but I ain't gonna say
You
nothing.
already know.
Um,
That's a partial vote, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm gonna say
Anywho,
it.
oh man, Lauren Kelly,
Hey,
what up with you,
Kier.
man? Or Colin, excuse me, what up with you, man? I see you.
I mean, do y'all want a man who cares about all the problems and does nothing to fix them? I mean, which would you rather have?
That wasn't the
Both.
question.
Both.
I'm
That wasn't
just,
the
I'm
question.
just, I'm just further throwing logs on the fire over here because we didn't already want to debate.
No,
Right.
we gonna keep cooking. We gonna keep cooking. Then we keep
And
cooking.
we don't want the debate, huh? Please do, please do. Let's get it.
Devin, I think he set us up. Talina, what you
Man,
think?
yeah,
I think
you
he
know,
set us
Please
up.
do. There she
That's all
is.
right.
She's
I
out of
still
the
feel like
dark.
we won.
You feeling like you won?
We did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah.
you
I
Sounds
keep
mean,
good to
changing
me.
people around again. What's happening?
What's happening? So, oh, who did I lose? Talina.
Uh-oh.
She didn't hit the button
Oh,
and
that's
fell
Miss
out.
T.
Right. Miss T
Is
done
that one of
fell
those
out.
new pronouns where I identify as a winner? That doesn't make you a winner. You're still a loser.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You right,
the votes is still
Melanie.
coming in, y'all. The
The
votes is
votes are
still
still
coming
coming
in.
in. Yeah,
Look at
that
them.
looked a little bit like
Oh, you
a
done sent all
tie.
them
We said that.
texts out now.
Somebody sent a
Yeah.
text and said, "I'll pay
Right.
you. I'll
Y'all,
cash
Text
out
y'all,
you."
y'all.
Christopher.
You cash apping
The
people out there?
polling, polling is closed.
Yeah, the
I
polls is
always knew I
closed.
liked you.
Shoot, be do. Well, that was fun, man. It's always something interesting. But there is a method to my madness, of course. A method to my madness. I got to thank Miss Day for this special guest of ours. She reached out. She reached out. Not Cash App. Absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe we should do like this. um, should be do. You could always support your votes by. Come on, cancel that. You could always support your votes by Cash App contributions at.
Yo. Nah,
You
I
could-
agree with that.
yeah, should be do. Cast your votes. No, I'm just messing with you. Anywho, on a serious note, I want to thank Miss Day for the reach out. This young lady that we have here tonight, I call her Dr. Sunshine without her permission, but permission was granted after the fact. Uh, you know what? Let me not introduce her. Let me let her introduce herself. And before she does, I always tell you guys that I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, nor am I a gynecologist, right?
Thank goodness.
If Snoopy Cliff Mello was here, he would say, but you play one. No.
On
Tonight,
TV.
we got a special guest, Miss Sunshine. Go ahead. Tell them a little bit about who you are.
Well, thank you for having me. I want to thank Dana or Miss Day for
Oh,
reaching out to me and
yeah.
asking me would I be interested. I'm always down for a good guest spot or to talk about stuff I love to talk about. I think she reached out to me because, well, I've been in the, I want to say, sex toy business 21 years. And with that,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
established a business of I do workshops, I do seminars, I do marriage retreats at churches. And I used to have my own radio show. And right now I've been doing it for so long. I'm 54 years young. And
Mm.
so I really
Oh,
focus
yeah.
on sex after 50 or sex as we age, sex and aging. So I'm in the middle of a podcast that'll be coming out next year called The After Party. So we already know what the party's like, but I want the world to know, and I want the folks to know that there's still an after party that can be greater or as good as the party.
Mm.
So that's a summation of it all. I have a lot of experience in doing it. I can share a lot through the show, but I'm glad to be here. I'm also an open book in the sense that I'll talk about anything. I'm not shy. I'm probably a shock factor for other folks, but when I talk about stuff, it's easy for me to talk about. So if anybody's offended or wow factor, I'm a law enforcement by day, so I do that. That's my career. And then this other business I've had for over 20 something years. I have a master's in marriage family therapy,
Book me.
which has allowed me to do a lot of I love handcuffs and
I'm sorry, they come as a set.
okay.
Yeah. They come as a
As long as you
set.
can find the key.
Oh, I got that too.
I can also show other
Y'all
things
breaking
that
it
are
down.
better than handcuffs, but I
Oh.
digress. So yeah, I'm here to have
Oh,
fun, answering
yeah.
questions, participation.
Right.
But I definitely have a passion. I've always had a passion for this business because not only just the freaky or sex side of it. As we age, our body changes, men and women. And sometimes the appetite changes, sometimes the stamina changes. But there are ways to work with that, keep it going, keep it flowing. So I always tell people my best favorite couple is my parents, and my mom's a customer, and they have been married 55 years this month on the 26th. They're still married. So
Wow.
That groove. What? Did she say my mom is a customer?
and she would tell you if she was here with her loud self.
Oh, hi,
Be
Mom.
like, you guys better try that. Okay, mother. So,
Hi, Mom.
Funny story.
Ooh.
Before I started doing sex business, and then I wanted to do workshops. So I went to the Pleasure Chest to attend some of their workshops just to see, like, how is this workshop thing? My mom attended one with me called Deep Throat, how to deep throat. So me and my mom was in that class together. So that goes to show you we real tight.
Yeah, y'all real tight because I could not with Miss Mary.
Like
Yeah,
me and my
I don't
mama.
even want to have that.
Can you put that link down there? There's a few need to attend that class, baby.
And to give you a couple of ideas of my workshops, I have one called Give That Man a Hand. We teach women how to do hand jobs. I have one called Blow His Mind. I teach women how to give oral with a dildo and everything. We're hands-on with this. Another one's called See What's in My Toy Box. I teach couples how to incorporate toys into their relationship. And communication is key. Somebody said that earlier. So communication is key with anything, whether it's sex, finances, what kids. But
we've been talking about communication for about 11 seasons now.
Pineapples.
So that's a little bit
We
about
got
me.
grown folks talk to a whole new level today.
You all right,
So,
T?
right out the
Love
gate,
it.
I see T fanning, boy. Temperatures rising. I see a question right out the
No,
gate.
it's
Daryl
just hot
Watson
in
says,
here.
is that what it is?
It's getting hot in here.
Daryl says, I have
The
a
heat
question
is
for
red.
her. That would be for Dr. Sunshine. That's what we calling her tonight.
Sunshine.
What is your thought about women prioritizing money as a qualification for dating a man, meaning he has to earn a certain income to be in her presence?
Is it my presence or any woman? I'm sorry.
I like it.
Bang.
Snap. Here we
Bang.
go. Can we get both answers? A and B side?
I'm just gonna give it generic. Because for me at this age, I have to give it at this age because it's different than the 30-year-old self. I was married at that time. I prioritize it as if a man can take care of himself if he handles business. He doesn't even have to make as much money as me, but how is he handling the money that he does make? What is he doing with that? Is he careless? Is he responsible? I mean, he can't make, there's still a certain amount you got to make, but money's not the main factor, especially in this age, wanting to grow old with someone and the things that took priority before. My children are grown, so I'm not trying to raise children at this age. I'm trying to travel and have a partner to do it with. So for me, it's just, it's prioritizing what my need is. My need is a man who handles his business and able to travel and ready to do this thing together and ride it on out to the sunset. Some women, depends on what their priority are. Some women have small children. That might be a factor. Whether the man wants to know it or not, she may not. I used to tell people, I've been single for quite a while. I wasn't looking for somebody to take care of my kids. I was looking for somebody we can take care of each other. So I just think each woman has a different priority in that. So.
Oh yeah.
Good answer. Good answer.
Like that.
Man, I'm tired. I'm tired of all the prostitution. That's what I call it, for a woman to be like, "Oh, you gotta have some money to talk to me." I mean, why? My conversation is just as valuable as yours. My presence is just as valuable as yours. Money shouldn't, in my opinion, should not come into the equation when we're just basking in each other.
Right. Okay. I think I froze.
You look like you could say it. You don't gotta hold it back.
No. I just kind of processing it because I think it's also in what stage we're in. Is it the beginning stage? Is it a second after the beginning stage when the money, not necessarily money, but it becomes an issue? Can you If I say, can you jump on a plane and go to Vegas? Can you jump on a plane and go to Cabo? Then money can matter. But for me, I'm the type, even if I go on a date now and he pays, I'm offering to tip. That's just me though. I try
But
I don't have cash, but I'm a tipper too. So I hate to date a guy who don't tip, but I'm a tipper. So and then the
I
next
tip.
time I may
That's a
say, I
different
got
thing.
it. I dated a guy once. His thing was, as long as you offer, but he never really made me pay. But I'd offer but then that's just the type of person I am. So to kind of answer your question, make a comment on your statement, Dope Boy. I think some women are like that. So maybe those are the ones you're running into, but there's a whole lot of
Oh
us.
no, I'm not running into none of them.
No, okay, my bad.
I'm no,
There
I
are
know you're
some
speaking in
men
general.
running.
I'm just
There
speaking.
may be some men running into that for
Right.
sure. But again,
Absolutely.
I think that's a caliber of person. Sometimes people are looking for a man to take care of them. I'm not, and so a lot of women are not.
Right.
You
Queen
said first
Beasley, I see
meeting.
you.
Money is not everything, but
Queen
I know
Beasley,
that's
thank
right,
you for being
Tiffany.
here. She said, money is not everything, but he can't come over here without any. Ooh.
Oh
Okay, so
yeah.
so a woman with kids, because you mentioned, like earlier, like she might have kids, right? I could have all the money and be like, oh, well, you want to jump on a plane and go to Vegas, but you're not bringing the kids because this is gonna be adult time. So I could be like, kind of equate that to me having to have money as to her not having to have kids, because she should be able to take care of her situation. Should already be solidified before she's even looking to date. She shouldn't be looking for a man to come in and take it, supplement, yes. Because, if I come over and I got a Happy Meal, I'm going to bring three or four, however many kids you got. I'm not going to just do stuff in front of them, but that situation should already be taken care of before having a man enter into that situation.
I agree. Again, that's why I said age. You have some women 26 with 4, 5 kids. You have some women 34. My kids are grown, so for me, it will be different. Where
Right.
I just think each person, and then that woman you said you invite her somewhere, she may say, "Cool, I got a sitter." You know.
Okay.
Again, I just think each person, because you have people who are looking out for the wrong reasons. Because men are out there too that are coming not completely together. And of a
Right.
woman of my age, I just cannot take on a man who does not have his act together at this age. I don't date younger men, so I can't date a man 50 and up who doesn't have his act
Right.
together. Or it's like
That
I'm
makes
between
sense.
jobs. What
That
does
makes
that
sense.
mean? And I get it. People's situations are such that I can't jump onto that situation. So I
Not,
just think.
not that I'm in the in between jobs. Lauren says, why do married, and this is another question for you, Dr. Sunshine. Why do married women play games with sex after years of marriage?
Oh, marriage. I thought I got thrown
Marriage.
off. It said manage. I was like,
It does.
It
Marriage.
does.
oh,
We know he followed it up with
I was going
marriage.
to
Marriage. Marriage.
they play games. Why do men play the games they play? Why do they play it? I don't know. I think certain things is manipulative. Just like kids do things to manipulate the parents, women do things to manipulate men, and men do things to manipulate women. I never understood the sex one because at this age, I can't even find a man that wanted as much as I do. So when they say this women that, they never want to have sex, I'm like,
Oh
they just run
yeah.
into them. There's a lot of women that's like the Married with Children. What was her name?
Peggy
Peg.
Bundy.
Peg
Peggy.
Don't
wanted
talk
sex all the
about
time.
baby
Begging,
mama.
I'm
begging.
Peg. So I don't know. I just think it becomes like it depends on how long you're married. Again, communication is key. If people did a little more communicating, it'd be less manipulating.
Excuse me.
So, because everybody's sitting here like this. Hold on, I got one over here like this. Oh Lord, it's getting hot in here. I got one sitting back like my mama watching. I can't say nothing tonight.
All right, let me tell my mama to log on. No.
You should. You should.
I would think to that question, that it may be a thing of, the things that you introduce. Maybe they don't know how after so many years you've been doing the same three tired ass positions. Like maybe she just like, I need something different.
He said 3.
Well, you know.
Right, 3. But don't you also think that sometimes it has to do with, like, just like Dr. Sunshine, if we can call you that, mention, your body's change, your desires, like, your stamina, things like that change. So maybe also that happens because they're not feeling like, they're a little bit embarrassed. Like maybe they can't keep up, or maybe they feel like they've sort of stagnated in this particular area, or the attraction has definitely changed because maybe your body has changed, right? Like maybe you've gained weight or you've lost weight. Either way, it has an impact, right? Like, you used to seeing her with, nice big fat booty and boobs, and now she done lost weight and that's come down, and you're like, that ain't really what I was, that's not what I was attracted to. Now I'm just saying that it's a real thing, right? And then vice versa, right? So I think perhaps it has something to do with that, in that manipulation, because then there's an excuse that happens, and then after the excuses happen for so long, then you get complacent, right? You just kind of accept it, and then that's when that other shit starts happening, it's cheating and everything else, because at some point people get tired of not doing nothing, and you can only jack so long and for so long, so before you need some more human, connection. So
What's this?
I
Shooting
mean,
dice and waving planes?
possibly.
That's what we call
What
it.
happened?
Shooting dice and flagging planes? Yeah.
Exactly.
25 I shoot, 25 I shoot. Who's shooting? Who's shooting? What we doing?
And then too, you have to take into consideration as well. After a woman gets to a certain age, we have premenopausal, we have menopause. That plays a factor into it, and it doesn't necessarily have to do anything with you. Sometimes you lose your libido. Sometimes you just dryness starts happening. It's different factors. So that you have to take into consideration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the same
I
thing you
just,
said. That's definitely true. Women's bodies change, especially with menopause. Sex becomes painful as we get older, and it's different things for different women. Another thing people don't realize, if you're taking any antihistamines, say you have asthma, it dries you, just like it dries any canal. If you smoke marijuana, you're drier. Those things happen. So
Yeah.
sometimes if you don't know it, you don't know how to explain it, then you're ashamed. Like these names aren't up here. She said, yeah. So sometimes communication is it. You don't know what to communicate. You're embarrassed to communicate it. Health, what you eat. There's so many things, but because you may not know yourself, you may think there's something wrong with me. Let me try to avoid that situation so that I don't have to face it. So it could be that part of that manipulation. But again, that boils down to what I say, communication is key, especially when you're married for a long time or in a relationship for a long time or with somebody for a long time and you trust them. You still have that shame, but you really have to work on that communication.
Shoot the shot,
You
then.
do.
Oh yeah.
Not
Shoot the shot.
Sorry, Daryl. I'm sorry, Daryl. I can't
The
hook
other
you up.
thing-
You're going to have to put your own work in, bro.
figure that out on your own. Yeah.
It's like that. Oh yeah, it's like that.
not coming on the show catching
All
a
right.
date.
Look, I am not Chuck Willery either. We'll be back in 2 and 2.
I have a question. I have a question. So when a man and a woman gets older, does it become more psychological to be aroused? Because that's what I'm finding. It's more psychological than physical, and then the physical takes over, and it's like, oh, I'm not thinking now. So could that be a thing too? Like it's not the physical attraction, but the psychological. We're like sapiosexuals at some point, and then it goes back to physical, and it's like back and forth, back and forth. Whereas when you're younger, it's more like the wind blows, let's go. In my opinion, I'm just asking.
No, I agree. I think that is it. A couple of points I wanted to comment on that you said. I think it could be psychological, especially as we age, because some people hit the aging, let's say libido. You're married for a while, your mate hits the lack of libido before you do. So then that can cause problems. Like they still want it and you're not. And people don't realize those stages don't happen at the same time. So then people with sometimes with libido issues, they avoid intimacy completely. When just because you can't maybe get it up, there are other things that can happen, but they kind of get in their own mind of avoidance, just not to face those things. But these are real factors. And I think that's one of the things I'm so passionate about in sharing it, because I think if people know that it's just not them, then they'll be okay, that's not me. Let me find out. I had to find out, but I share a lot, but I don't smoke marijuana often at all. But I noticed when I had in the past, let me see without getting too crazy. And sometimes my performances, let's say, my mouth dries up. And I'm like, oh, like cotton.
Cotton mouth, yeah.
Cotton mouth. And that's where marijuana, so then maybe the performance needs,
that ain't fun.
Something else. But there's other ways around that, flavorful lube, all kind of stuff. And another technique, but that's for another show.
Okay.
But so yeah, it could just be right. It could be different things that's affecting it. But I think sometimes it's knowledge is key. So like when I've shared that about marijuana, a lot of people don't know how it affects the body. Even a woman's dryness, and a man might be like, she don't get wet. She don't, oh my gosh, she dry as all get out, right? And her pussy is, her vagina is whack. I was not at a workshop. Her vagina is whack. But it could be those factors playing it. Does she have asthma? Is she taking medications that affect the body, the system? Does she smoke marijuana? People think it's all great, but there are some things about it that can have a negative effect, especially in relationships when it comes to sex. But there's so many factors that can be mental.
For sure. And I know I've always believed though, because people talk about this too, and they'll say, well, I'll ask and she'll say no. I never understand the no thing. Like I personally don't get that, because if your mate is, wants to, be engaged, why are you saying no? Like, what is it that's in your brain that tells you that you're supposed to say no, or why is that okay? I mean, both ways for sure, but I feel like for women it's a little, I'm always speaking about me. I think for me it's different, because why would I tell you no? Like, unless there's something physically wrong with me, I don't see why I'd be telling you no. And then to me, it's like vice versa. But I know a lot of men who'll say, or that I've talked to that say, yeah, I'm asking, and she's like, no, she don't want to, no. I'm like, well, then she can't get mad if you make a decision to do something different. That's just my personal opinion. No, women don't agree with that, but that's how I feel about it, because why are you saying no? And then you expect for him to be okay with that. No, that's not okay, So you got to do something.
The no is from, there's something else about the no. It could have been the bills. It could have been something you said earlier that day. It could have been anything. And then certain times, if something's bothering you enough, you don't even want it. So then that could be where the no comes from,
Exactly.
Sometimes
exactly. I'm not feeling you. I'm not feeling what you did earlier. And no, we haven't even resolved that. And you want to have sex? No.
Or I just don't like you no more.
If you just don't like them no more, then there's a different conversation that needs to be had.
No, that's what Miss Day would say. Maybe I just don't like you no more.
Right.
Even if you're mad from something that happened earlier, there should be a conversation.
Life also happens for men and women. So we have to understand that sometimes, every once in a while, somebody just pissed you off in traffic, at work, somewhere else, and then it's like, I ain't feeling like none of that tonight, because and your mind is there, and then if you can't get your mind back home, and sometimes it happens, then what do you do? Because
but I'm saying, I think
your junk not work.
But I think that's a different situation. I'm saying when it's just like, he's touched, and like, baby, and you're just like, no, not because of those, because in my opinion, then there's a conversation that you guys had. It was a rough day today. I think there's an understanding there that comes back to our communication, because we talk about that all the time. I still think that's different. I'm talking about those manipulative no's, because we women know we do it. You're just saying no because you're being vindictive. You holding on to some past BS. You have some resentments that you are not woman enough to talk about. You know what I mean? Whatever those things are, you mad about something that you're not willing to communicate. So you're punishing him by saying the no, not the communicative one, like you just mentioned, Devin, where something happened in a day or something happened at work, because now he can understand. And he's like, all right, okay, babe, well, maybe not tonight, and get you in the morning, or I'll wake up at night, whatever you're going to do. I'm just saying some of those things aren't that. Some of it is just women being some
Yeah.
not nice people. I will not use the other
I
term.
agree with Miss Paula, with Miss Owens. Absolutely. Hey, baby, you having a rough day? Come here, I got something for you.
Men say no too. It's not always women. Men say no too.
No, I'm agreeing. I
When?
said and vice versa on both
Men
ends.
say no?
Men say, yeah.
Hey, y'all fellas,
Yes.
some of y'all tap in if y'all say no. I need to see it. I need to see a
Let
poll
me
on
tell
this.
you, there's a lot of
They're
men
not
that
gonna
say
admit
no.
it.
There's a
You know the head though.
there's a lot of men that say no. There's a lot of men don't like receiving head. There's a lot of women that don't like receiving. Those phenomenon of people exist because I know several. I've met several. I'm like,
Definitely a phenomenon.
right, but they definitely are there. So you would think, like you say, you just because we only know what we know. I've literally, and not that necessarily dated a person like that, but just in conversation of the shows I've been on, quite a few men who do not like receiving, but they like giving.
If somebody don't want you to put your face in their private parts, they don't like you.
Say what now?
If someone, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, if someone doesn't want you to put your face on in your mouth on their private parts, they may not care too much for you, even if it's just in that moment.
Maybe just got too
I
much
hear
hair.
what you say based on the norm, but there are people out here that's just not that thing. That's not that thing. I knew a guy, he wiped his mouth every time he kissed a girl. Like he tongue kissed. He was like, he is something
I
about
don't blame
saliva.
them. Mouths are nasty. But
So what I'm saying is there's some people who don't like, that's how I know, and no shade to anybody else, I can never be with another woman because the texture of that, right? For me,
You don't like the texture?
but what I'm getting at is no, I'm saying the texture of another woman, my face in another woman.
Right.
But a man innately might say, I like that, right? Just like for me, giving head is the best thing. I don't even think I could date somebody that didn't want it. We're not compatible. So I just think for some people, it's not necessarily they don't like them. It's just not their thing. Like me, I can't eat pudding, applesauce, or yogurt.
Not
Or
pudding.
a supplement. Or a banana. So
Daryl's shooting his shot.
it might be a man like that, like, oh my God, pussy, vagina is like pudding,
Hoo-ha. Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha.
I'm just saying, there are these people who are into not into certain things. And I don't think that takes away from whether I knew a man who cheated on his wife. He said because he loved it, perform oral on a woman, and he loved to tongue kiss, and his wife didn't like either. So for him to even be able to enjoy it, to get his needs met, he had to get it from somebody else. So that's why one of the conversations are you should try your best to be with someone you are sexually yoked with, because if they don't like doing it,
100.
No.
Yes.
Like one man, his wife,
Absolutely.
his girlfriend didn't give him head, and when they got married, he thought she changed. I said, well, that's your fault for thinking. It's not going. It's best to find. If you don't like receiving, then find some. Oh shoot.
That's right.
Oh, what happened?
You there?
You still there?
You're here.
Oh, I don't see you guys. It went all the way off.
We'll be back shortly.
We hear you. Keep
We're here.
on talking.
Preach, Reverend.
I can't see anybody.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna have to
Open
call
your
her.
Check your video button.
I don't even see the app.
We see you perfectly.
Okay, well, what were we talking about? Let me stay focused.
Focus.
What was I saying? Because that threw me completely off.
We were talking about oral sex and
no kissing, no pudding.
Right. So just saying, it's best to find somebody you're sexually compatible with, because the one thing that's not gonna ever really work is making somebody or convincing somebody to do something they don't want. Because even if they do it, let somebody say, this is my thing. If a guy goes, I say, do you like perform an oral? He go, I'll do it if she like it. Oh no, my brother, he's not the one. I'd rather you say, oh my gosh, I love to devour the, because if you really like it, you're probably better at it. But if you're doing it just to meet somebody's need and you're reluctant about it, it's probably not the best. Or or good at all. So it's really the best thing
Pudding.
to find somebody you're compatible with.
Hey,
I
hey,
agree.
pudding.
Try y'all.
Hey,
Try
pudding.
some pudding. Try some pudding.
Hey,
Sunshine, why don't you try to go out and come back in
Okay,
and
I
see if
don't even
that'll.
see a button to get out.
uh-oh.
Oh, your
You
screen is.
trapped.
Oh, that's your computer,
It's
dude.
Maybe
just
it's
it's
your
my daughter's Mac. I'm not
you
even
you
into
hooked
it.
in now.
hit your space
But the
bar,
Okay.
maybe.
camera's still.
Hit the space bar on the computer.
I'm just
It might have just delayed.
let me try.
Welcome
Sharia,
to Hotel California.
I need your help.
So while y'all work out those technical difficulties, I can personally say that I've never really been like a oral sex needed to receive oral sex,
Oh.
like because I always associated it with foreplay. But I was always ready, so I didn't necessarily need foreplay because I've never had a problem. Like if the wind blow the wrong direction, and yeah, right. So I never really needed it. That doesn't mean I don't like it, but it's not a requirement per se.
The
Yeah.
foreplay is not a requirement.
Not for me. I'll do foreplay on her. I don't need it.
He
But
one of them.
sometimes foreplay for
Oh,
women, i.e., me, sometimes foreplay is me performing. It's foreplay.
And
For
like I
me
said,
to even
I'm a
get
woman
aroused.
pleaser, so if that's what she want to
Yeah.
do, I'm all with it. You know.
Yes.
And that's what I went
Hold on.
when I said something about being it psychological. That's what I meant because sometimes you get pleasure from pleasing your partner as
Absolutely.
opposed to your partner pleasuring you.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's vice
Yep.
versa. And sometimes it's both. Like I want this at the same time. So it just depends on what the mood is, I
Favorite number.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I
Mhm.
feel you.
for
I feel
sure.
you.
And whatever
That's-
song playing.
And I think also the other fun stuff you like to do. Because if you're with somebody and you don't know that they like to do the other little fun, freaky things, if you want to call it freaky or whatever, that you enjoy, and they don't know nothing about it, and you ain't told them, and you're just kind of in the relationship really unfulfilled. That's not cool because you're
No,
not really happy because you're not really doing what you really like to do. You're sort of acquiescing because maybe some of the other things, but you got to be down for the get down for me.
Got to be
down for the
down,
get
down,
down.
down, down.
Be
So here we
down for the
go.
get down.
Let's see if we can extend this to just a smidget because most of us, and I'm not a woman, but I'm gonna speak in the capacity of women. Most women want to be in a long-term relationship. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes,
I think it depends on
for
their status. Have they been single
Okay.
for a long time? I know I do, but somebody in their 20s and 30s might not.
Okay.
Right.
So let's go with the grown folk, us. The youngest person here is 20 what?
39.
so
20.
Oh
Oh, I'm
boy.
sorry. 39, my bad.
Don't come for me like that, man. Don't do me like that, man.
Our youngest panelist is 39, or our youngest grown folk is 39 on our panel. So we all are looking for somebody to stay young with, right? Stay young. All those things that we used to do back in the day, we know that we're not going to be able to maintain that forever. That's going to come to a screeching halt or a demise. One or the other. It's going to happen. It's not going to be like it used to be. What advice would you give, Dr. Sunshine, for us who are in these relationships? I know you spoke on toys and being available for going on trips and all that good stuff, but the reality of it is most of us are so focused on I got to go to work, I got to handle this, I got to do this, I got to do this, that we are not spending the time that we need to spend with our significant others. How do we get back on
Mhm.
track with doing that?
So this was assuming that they've been together.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, things like that is a conscious effort. Like you have to make a conscious effort and want it yourself. Both people have to be on the same. Are we talking about? I knew a guy who was a gynecologist and he delivered babies, and his wife was a stay-at-home attorney because he worked. It was hard for them. He was never available. So I think it takes a conscious effort. Like, what adjustments are you going to make sure you make that time? And I think people who care enough about a person, they'll make that time, regardless to what that is. Whether it's 1 extra day, 5 extra hours. It just depends on how happy wife, happy life, right? So
No,
Hey,
no,
no,
no.
we
Happy spouse,
we ain't
happy
doing it.
house. We
We ain't
both
doing.
need to be happy.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
And sometimes men are like, if she's happy, I'm happy. It depends. Everybody's like just totally different. My parents have been married almost 55 years, and do I hear them argue? Yeah, but could they live without each other? No.
No.
After 55 years, they know each other's movements, and but she still is like, your dad is so unromantic.
But it's the stuff that you don't hear that keeps them like this.
Right.
That's what it
Yeah.
is. Like, yo, when I'm not here, what are y'all doing when ain't nobody here but y'all?
Yep.
In that pleasure
That part.
box.
His mama, her mama in that pleasure box, right?
Yes,
I ain't saying nothing
Yeah.
else. I ain't saying nothing else.
My mother is still that mother. She makes his meal every day. Like, okay, I said, what you doing? I'm ironing your dad's underwear and I'm about to make him dinner. Like, that's her. Or if we have a family dinner, make sure you make your dad's plate first. So and they could have been in a full blown argument. So it's still those rows of things they do. That's why they love each other.
They got that solid foundation.
Yeah.
You can build anything on a solid foundation.
Right. And times are different back then, though. The way marriages did, we already know social media, cell phones, all that distraction.
Yep.
It distracts
Yep.
most marriages, or
Mhm.
most relationships.
Most
Regardless of what
relationships.
right, whether you want to admit it or not, you know. So yeah, I think it's just that you have to make a conscious effort in that situation you're in. Do you want it to work or you don't? Do you want it to be better or you don't? Do you love your spouse or
Yep.
you're made enough to make them, if when you have that true agape love, like that unconditional love, you're hurt if they're not happy. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing, if there are things you're not doing. For example, I wanted to say something you guys said earlier when you was talking about Miss T about the no's. Sometimes you may have told a mate, you know what, shower before you come to bed, or you need to, you have your breath smells sometimes. I want you to chew some gum, and he still don't chew gum. Well, no, it's gonna be no. So that's to say, are you doing the
Agreed.
things? Are you listening to what the mate is saying? So those other things,
Right.
or is his story gonna be? She always say no.
Right. That's true. Absolutely.
Or
Yep.
is it that your reps always think so it's gonna be no? So it's those levels of communication.
So let me. I have to go back to this. I have to go to this. Melanie says we don't have time to be teaching new men how to please, treat us. So yes, long term is preferable. Preferable.
Facts.
And I hear you, ladies, because I didn't heard this before. One lady once said, "I don't want no builder
Bear.
guy. Build a guy." She didn't want to build the guy. However, I find a conflict in that because
I do too.
how do you get the guy to be the guy that you need him to be with you? How do you
But
get
what
him to
build
get?
are we talking about? What foundation of a band do you have? Meaning, I shouldn't have to teach you how to mow the lawn and make the watch do certain things like
According
maybe
to
teach you how to romance me.
Melanie, just said how to please, how to treat us, how to please, how to treat us.
I ain't talking about, no, we
It's
ain't
teaching
cutting,
new
we ain't
men.
cutting no
So
yard. We ain't cutting the yard.
she's saying she want the long-term relationship, so she don't have
I
to
get that part.
start over with this guy, start over with this guy, start over with this guy.
But if
But
you're
I feel like in a relationship or in life in general, you should never stop learning and growing. And the way that I might want to be pleased now might not be the way I want to be pleased 6 months from now. So I'm gonna still have to teach you, hey, you know what? I saw this when I was watching Miss Sunshine's show, and I need you to figure out how to do that throat thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think it's okay if you with that person that you want to be with, you can continue to grow and teach each other new things.
Yeah, we supposed to be lifetime students, as everyone has agreed. Over time, everything about us is changing. Our mentality, our physical capabilities, everything changes. So you're gonna have to teach me how to address you. You know, you smoke weed all the time. Now you dry. Now we got to figure out something else. Okay, teach me what you want me to know, because I don't know nothing about that. I just remember how it used to be with us. Uh, well,
I agree. With the people who are in relationships, it's easier to teach. Brand new is a little more difficult. Like she said, getting one and then that didn't work. The next one, the next one. It's much harder to, especially at this age, meet a person that's grown, and they're not set in ways
we
that
all
were
set
not
in
a part of
ways.
you before you met them.
We all set in ways. Every
Right.
last one
But
of them.
it's easier to deal with those people set in ways when you've been with them, as opposed to meeting somebody. So I always say, have your 10 core things. Like, this is what I'm looking for. And then have 6 maybe of those that you like, okay, I can take these I can work with. These are, negotiate, or I will compromise on.
Yeah.
Some people will
When
stay
you're
at the pass on some and don't have they're not trying to compromise in any kind of way.
But isn't it easier to teach someone new? Like if you met a new girl, like because you don't really have, you can lie. You know how you be honest with people that you don't care about, and you lie to the ones you love. See a new girl, you could just be honest with her and say, "I need you to put this all the way in the back," or you need to. But your woman, she like, I ain't used to that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of. Wouldn't it be easier to start over
Oh
and
my
over
God.
and over, or no?
And over.
Shit, no,
All
I wouldn't.
right, preacher.
In my opinion, in my opinion, I wouldn't say no, because I mean I wouldn't say that it would be easier, because you got to think about it. You have to keep starting all the way over from ground zero and keep moving up and up and up the pole. Do you really want to start at the zero level and go back up to 100, or do you want to start at maybe 75 and go to 100? You see what I'm saying? Like eventually you're gonna get tired of saying, man, I gotta keep on, you using too much mental space to, you know, teach to get to what you want, in my opinion.
It was just a question.
No, it was just my
No,
opinion.
because I see somebody
Hey,
said
bro,
hell no. Somebody said
we gonna
No.
get
no.
there, bro. Bro, we getting
Yeah, I
in
would
there with
rather
you, bro.
just work
We
it
gonna get
out
in there
and
with
be
you, bro.
on it, and we figure
Oh.
each other out and work, to communicate and work it out with who I'm with, and because people don't get to 55 years with it all just being good. You have to go through the good and the bad, but a lot of times people are so quick to throw it away. Like, I might be. I don't know.
Like seriously, who wants to sit up here and go through the whole conversation of, so what kind of bread do you like? And then get into, okay, I like my head this way. Who wants to keep doing that? When you get to be like, I don't know, 29, 30, man, you ain't finna go. Don't nobody want to keep going through that.
But ain't the journey on the way to the top the best? When you get to the top, ain't nowhere else to go.
Man,
You know what I'm just, hey, look, I'm just entertaining the BS, man. That's
bro, yeah, yeah, I see
all.
that. I see that. We gonna talk, bro, cause
Sunshine, I
no,
have a question. Okay, so what in dating, okay, what do we do when we find ourselves liking somebody or in a relationship with somebody, and then turns out
They
we
don't
have
want
a whole situation where it's like, oh, they done did something I really don't like. I know everything stems back to communication, but at our age, we keep saying, we should know what we want. At this age, I don't want to deal with this. At this age, I don't want to do that. But if we all saying that, how come we're still talking about at this age?
I think sometimes too, even with all the people out here, people go, "Oh, it's people over." You may not run into a person that even come close to. Like I have run into, say, like a lot of men that are in between jobs, or I had to leave. I was
to
chasing
again.
money. They don't have a retirement. They got a roommate. I mean, a bunch of it. And some of those are the things I'm not compromising on. So it's like people go, well, are you picky? No, I just can't find. You have to find somebody, first of all, that you're mutually attracted to. Whatever that attraction is that draws you, you have to have that. there have been men that maybe are attracted to me, and I'm not attracted to them, or I'm not, or or they're not attracted to me. So first off, you have to have that initial attraction. Okay, one thing down, checklist. Then do y'all have chemistry? Okay, luck on that checklist. Sex ain't right. I mean,
Out of there.
let's say, and let's just use it for example. He a woman and man. You like, oh my God, what's going on? Then you try to talk about it because everything else is great. Have you been to the doctor? Are you on blood pressure medication? Maybe you have blood pressure. You don't know you have blood pressure. That affects it. Are you on diabetes? Are you on medication? And then they're like, I'm not going to no doctor. Right? So you want to cure, you want it to work, but that person said, I'm not changing. You take this 1 minute or that's it. So then next. That's just one thing is sex. Or let's say the sex is great, but he fumbles his bag all the time. Never got money because maybe he goes to the casino a lot or he play poker a lot. And it's just up and just like, so at this age, trying to find somebody and enough of the things match where you're just not like, I'm just going to settle. And you settle and then selling don't really work at the end of the day, So, or you say, I can settle, time goes on, and let's say example, somebody doesn't give oral, right? You're like, I could do without that. But that's something you like, you want, you craving it. At some point, either it's going to rear its head and that's a problem in that relationship, or you may cheat, or it's just But some people just know when we get to be 50 and up, different stages, 50, 60, 70, people lose their desire anyway. So maybe they hoping for that. And then
we all gonna be like Miss Day said. We just gonna be holding hands. We gonna be holding hands.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold your hand, and then I'm gonna hold your hand on me, on that man, and we gonna shoot like together.
But I will say, if people think women are the ones who don't like having sex a lot, I run into a lot of men that don't have the stamina I have, regardless.
Yes.
And so that's when they talk about threesome. I'm like, you can't handle the one-some. So you can't handle this twosome too quick. How you gonna handle three and handle it? So
tell the truth, shame the devil.
So I think that's a myth because a woman's prime is older in life than a man's prime. A man's prime is younger sexually, and then a woman's prime is 35 and up.
I think I'm gonna stay in my prime till I'm about at least 65. 60. And if they don't, they got a pill for that. I'm just saying, like we can figure something out.
They even have stuff that's not pills, but
they are them natural. I'm with that
toys,
too.
They got pumps.
I'm with all that. We gonna figure it out.
I like that, and that's a good stance to take, even for women. Like if you love somebody, let's figure it out. Let's figure it out. I knew it. This is a story. When I first started the toy business in 2003, I was with this lady's company. She had a small company, and she would train us. She had a client. They were married 14 years. They had only had physical sex with his penis and her vagina like 2 or 3 times. And she had suggested to them they loved each other. He just had a medical condition. There was no help for that. Like something was wrong anatomically from the beginning. So he started using a strap-on on her. So then he was being able to please her, and in him pleasing her, he was pleased because his pleasure wasn't going to change because of whatever was wrong with him.
He had a strap on?
He used a strap on because his penis had a health problem.
Make it work.
And so they made it work, but it was something he couldn't change. Believe me, if he wanted to, if he could, he would. There was no money, there was no medicine, there was no surgery, nothing worked. And people don't realize there are people like this that exist, just like there are people that exist with micros, and so they loved each other so much that he was willing to do that because he loved her enough to please her. And that's an extreme case because that's not everybody's cases, but that's an example of, like Doughboy said, let's make this work. I love you. I love everything else about you.
I'm thanking God tonight. Ooh, I was blessed. Lord.
Who's paraplegic. Like, what's the one on the now? The girl with the 2 heads. She just got married. The one got married. The other one just,
I wonder, do she got 2? Or
they share a body.
Like women.
They share a body.
They share a body, but that's an example. They making something work. He got 2 people to give him head. Who knows? You know, he like when her jaw get tired, let's move on to sister.
Right. Switch.
Right.
Now that's a twosome for you.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be
Right.
quiet for the rest of the night.
Wow.
Because if I don't, we ain't gonna be on next season. So
Moral of the story is you make it work. The same
Make
thing
it
is when
work.
you get with somebody like my
Make it
parents, 55. Whatever that
Right.
may be, the desire is different. I'm glad she's not on here. Their thing is she's a date night once a week. That's what it is. Nobody's suffering because they both 75 and 80.
Yep.
I'm not retiring my jersey.
Didn't
You
we-
ain't hanging this one up in no gym.
Hey, good luck, the
Didn't-
dope boy.
Did,
I mean,
Nah,
right.
I ain't look. I'm gonna just stay out. God gonna keep blessing me. I know it. I know it.
Duncan Hines, we're gonna need you to tap in with us in about 20.
Tap in, please. Please
Let us know.
tap in. Oh, these are facts. I would
Oh,
have no
God.
problem putting her up on one of these little screens up here.
There it
These-
is.
these-
Auntie
these are
Lo,
facts.
this conversation is not for you.
Auntie
I just
Lolo.
say when I say that to
Auntie
you, I
Lo
say
couldn't
none
get
of
a
us
word
know
in
how we
edgewise,
ate
so I
out.
just listened. It's a lot of talking going on.
You
Interesting
get
talking.
it?
I don't feel like any of this really applies to me, and I'll tell you why. Well, I'm 21 days shy of being 61. My libido is high as hell, but I'm single, and I don't believe in tapping all these different entities that y'all youngins believe in tapping. But I know my strength, and I know eventually. But I don't mind dating younger guys. I think I've never dated anyone older than me. Uh, like I was married, both my husbands were younger than me. Um, I don't have any of the issues that you're talking about, but I know people that do. I've talked to women that swear all men over 40 are just trash sexually.
Whoa.
And I'm like,
Jeez.
wait a minute, what? Because
That's
I
you,
haven't
Doughboy.
That's
haven't
not
run
giving me
into
a lot to
that.
look
I
forward
haven't
to.
experienced that. And I've talked to a lot of guys that say maybe it's just the woman they're with. I'm not an expert. I don't know. I can only talk about my ish. And I don't have those problems, thank God. But yes, your body definitely changes. Everything you said is on point, most def. I just can't see myself like I'm back newly dating and I'm I can't see myself like, yes, I can have these conversations, but actually just I dated this guy a week ago and I dated this guy 3 weeks ago and I'm not having sex with either one of them, but I can have these conversations. So I think the conversations are important. You need to know where a person, what they like, not maybe all the way in depth early, but once you get past the basics, if you even are compatible, you definitely have to have those conversations. And I'm blessed, I think, because I don't have an issue having those conversations. I think that if you don't have them, like the guy does not like an oral sex thing, I can't even imagine that. Either way, that when you said that, I was like, what? So that's why I haven't said anything because I'm listening. I'm just gleaning what you guys are saying, and glad that it doesn't apply to me. Maybe it will one day. I hope so.
Hey,
Well,
he'll
I'm
be
trying
coming
to
around
find
there
out
about
where
some
these
women.
classes
Oh,
is,
hey.
Sunshine. I need a couple of your workshops, girl.
So
And a lot of the stories I hear are from people in the past. So like sometimes I say, oh, this person is just having that conversation, doing hundreds of parties over all these years, doing workshops, doing co-ed parties, talking to men, interviewing men, and you hear these certain things. Because I'm single myself, not with anybody. So I know I'm 55 and with a high libido. 54, excuse me.
Come on up here, girl. Come on up here.
I take my time.
now, tell the truth now. We don't
wait,
judge.
I'm
we
54.
At
put you
all.
up top in
But
the put her in the
50
libido
who?
section. Let's go.
50 who? 50 what now?
so yeah, it's a great conversation. That's why I like it because people coming to me like as a couple. Like I tell people, my favorite consult I've had. I did a show. It was a naughty party many, many years ago, probably over 15 years ago. And it was a lady there, old lady, very old, like 70s. And so she was sitting there as I passed the toys around, just as quiet, like nothing. So at the end of the shows is when you take orders and you do orders confidentially. So nobody knows what anybody's ordering. She came into the order room. She didn't order. What she asked me was, could I come to her house and do a consultation for her and her boyfriend? She was 70. She was 68 or 70, and he was 72 or 74. I said, sure. I did a little thing. What are some things you want to talk about? Went to their house. They were the cutest couple. The first thing they told me was, we are not having any issues. We just want to make it more exciting. And that was one of my favorite couples. They were in their 70s, and boyfriend and girlfriend. So, that's where the passion comes from me, because this business is not just about, like I say, the freak part of it. It's about that, excitement, bringing excitement to the bedroom. But it's also educating yourself and being aware of what the body goes through, and let you know there are options for those things.
So for all y'all that want to sign up for the class and everything, it's not just for the freaking, it's for the knowledge.
I'm about to go eat me a whole bunch of Dunkin' Hines next week.
Hey, oh yeah.
I'm done. I'm done.
I was gonna say you. Never mind.
See you, bye.
Anywho,
Look,
You guys just
say
I feel like I'm cheating right now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
No,
this ain't Dunkin' Hines,
ding
but
dong.
I feel like I'm cheating right now.
Ding, ding
It's
dong.
It was a
it's
mess.
9:19. It's
It
9:19,
was a mess.
and we have really, really had a great time tonight. Dr. Sunshine, I'm gonna call you that, Sherelle. I appreciate you. Let me give it to you.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
thank
Thanks for
you.
having me. Happy back anytime.
You,
It went
you,
to by
you
too
are
quick. There's so much to talk about.
right.
Maybe
Do you have a website to that you can type in the chat or something?
where is the chat? I could do my Instagram business page.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, put that in
Type
there.
it in
Um,
the chat.
I would
Everybody else.
definitely like to explore further with you. No, Daryl, I'm not trying to shoot my shot.
Bang bang.
I'm trying to. I would like to explore more because one of the comments here said I like to talk about the toys. So, if you are willing to join us yet again on Gentlemen After Dark, I'd be honored to have you back here so we could talk about the toy aspect of
I would
things.
love to come back,
Yeah.
even bring
Oh, most
some sample
certainly.
toys, do some demonstrating for you guys live.
There's a
The
new one I want to know the name
BDSM.
of. I bet
Whoa,
you know what it
hey,
is.
hold on.
Oh
It
my
like
God!
sucks and does
I
this at
gotta.
the same time. It looked very interesting.
Now, if that's the case, y'all, we definitely gonna need y'all to tell a friend, bring a friend to the show because we working real hard here on Gentlemen After Dark, and I truly, truly appreciate everyone's efforts. I think that would be kind of nice to do, though. Let me see what this says.
Thanks
Okay,
again, Dana. Or Miss
Oh,
J.
girl. Let me tell you, this is one of the best conversations, man. Let me tell you, I enjoyed all the info that you presented with us tonight. This is my St. Mary's Academy Bell sister, red tie, class of '87. Yes.
yes, it's so happening.
What?
Oh,
87.
hold on. Where did that go?
Oh,
Get
we
that on.
both put it in there.
Okay, there you go. I'm looking
That's
for.
your IG, right?
That's
Sunshine,
the
that's your
IG page,
IG.
Sunshine's Pleasure Party.
Okay.
We both posted it in there, but
Oh, okay.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I can't.
Here's the
Now my
ID.
comments ain't coming up. The hell?
You
Okay.
can't highlight it.
There it goes. No. But I'll read it off. Yes, I can. Sorry. I can highlight it like that. Sunshine's Pleasure Party. That's on Instagram, you guys.
On
Hit her
Instagram
up.
and Facebook, but I'm really on Instagram most of the time.
Instagram. We're gonna go with the IG. We got our feelings about the FB. We're gonna go with the IG. Instagram,
yeah.
Sunshine's Pleasure Party. Sunshine's Pleasure Party. Get in there, you guys. Hit her up. Show her your appreciation for the knowledge that she shared with us this evening. She will be back. We're gonna talk about them toys because I heard
Yeah.
that the Rose be sucking the life out of people, but I don't know. I just heard
Fiction.
That's all they
fiction.
talk
Too
about.
loud.
That damn
Fiction.
rose.
That's social
Fiction.
media fiction. I
So
have
they
a
said
What
it's
rose.
too
now?
loud.
Hold on.
What about the rose with the tongue in the middle? That's fiction too.
No,
It
wait,
just
wait,
depends
wait a
on the
minute.
power
I'm
you
just.
need. It depends on. It's so much to toys. Depends on, do you like it wireless? Do you like it with wire? Wired has more power. Are you using it on yourself? Is somebody using it on you? Like it.
That's for the next show. That's for the next show. Say it.
Right,
No,
right.
I want to
Say,
hear this
say it.
because we need
Who's
to
holding
know
the remote?
what the
Who's,
people
who's
need.
holding the
People,
remote?
Oh my God. I
Just
can't
have me
even.
back. I will definitely
I,
share.
no, you coming back. No ifs,
Oh
ands, no
yeah.
buts about it. You might have to be the
okay.
season finale How about
Right.
that? You know,
Part
matter of
two.
fact,
Part
let me
two.
let me book you right
Cliffhanger.
now for next week, Wednesday, final episode of Gentlemen After Dark,
Let me
season
know.
number 11. Y'all, we're gonna
Part
talk
two.
about toys. So if you got some toys, you want some advice, some tips. If anybody has the remote control, yeah, I want to talk about that one
Oh, if they
specifically
want to
because
share some
Hey,
testimonies,
hey.
category of toys.
shoot, be do. Oh my goodness. I don't know what I just got myself
Bye,
into.
PK.
Dang.
Anywho, you guys, it's been
Oh,
fun tonight. Actually, I want to give everybody an opportunity to say something before it's time to go. You got any final thoughts? I'm going to start off with Dr. Sunshine, and then we'll do all the ladies first, and then we'll come
I
on down to the
I
fellas.
just want to say thank you so much. It was a blast. Thank you, everybody. Oh, you put me on the spot.
Yes,
Thank you for having me.
that's your cameo.
It was a great time. Love to come back. Hit me up if you have any messages.
Yeah.
And look forward to coming back. Thank you again, Dana.
Oh, no problem, babe.
Miss Day, you got something to say?
Yes, I do. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you all have hit the like button on your way in. Hit the like button on your way out if you have not. And we can't wait for part two. This has been Spicy Icy.
Spicy Icy. Auntie Lolo.
hey, everybody. Well, I don't have too much more to say because I think I said it all, but thank you for coming on the show. Y'all bring your show and tell toys for next week. That's it.
Hey, she been hot like an oven over here. Selena, final
Yeah,
thoughts?
I can't wait
Be
till next week. You know,
fearless.
these my topics. She my sister from another mister, man. I can't wait. It's been a
Hey,
great show.
Miss-
Yeah, it's been super fun. So I can't wait till next week. We can have some more fun.
Shoot, be do. The dude, Devin.
I'm done.
No, I cannot.
Yes.
That's it. In the
Know
church.
know thyself in all aspects of your life, even sex. That's it.
That's it. There you go.
Amen.
Let me out. Dough boys in the building, y'all. Dough boys.
Ain't nobody getting out. All I gotta say is what I say every week: love yourself, learn yourself.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Amen.
I want to say thank you to all of you guys that tapped in. We had about 40 viewers this evening.
Nice.
Geneva, I see you. Ashley, I see you. Shatoy
Hey,
Toy, I
Geneva.
see you. Shatoy Toy, I ain't seen you in a minute. Thank you guys for being here, man. That's what's up. Style Saver, I see you. Great
Tell a
episode, you
friend.
guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. If you haven't done so, please do so. Next week is going to get a little more intense and spicier. So let's see what
What's our
happens.
current count? Oh, what's our current count?
Current count. Let me see if I can get that info.
Nice.
We supposed
Sherelle,
to get to that 500.
don't go nowhere. Hold on, okay?
Let me see what I can find for us, y'all. And we are going over here to the YouTube. Stand by as I search. You know, y'all can entertain with some conversation. I don't mind. Let me
Yeah,
see.
make sure you guys tell somebody to come and join us next week. Maybe that conversation will get them to come back and come back and come back. You know, it's all live. Yeah. Keel, I'm glad you made it. Come and join us next week.
Oh.
And bring some lube
So
because
we had
obviously
322 subscribers to the channel.
Nice.
322. Not quite the
All right.
500 that we shot for, but we got one more
But we getting
episode
there.
next week to get there. So
Oh, we
500
probably
is the
gonna get
goal,
we probably gonna gain an extra 50 next week.
right?
Now
Thank
that's
you,
what
Jesus.
y'all with it. Y'all are
Huh?
so with it.
Let me go to YouTube and follow her.
YouTube, G-Man After Dark, you guys.
Yeah.
G-M-A-N After Dark. Subscribe to the channel. It's
Love
real
you.
simple. It don't cost you nothing. Go ahead and knock that out. Subscribe to the channel. So,
I just went to see if I had some in the closet. Oh shoot, I'm trying to subscribe. I don't know.
hold on, there we go. Got her.
Okay.
So, without further ado, you guys, from the desert to the sea, to all the cities in between, we want to bid you all a good night.